My name is Jennifer Canisaris, and I am the Digital Learning Coordinator for Elementary for Birdville ISD. And we are so excited to have Janet Erlinger with us today. And Janet is, she wears many hats at Shannon High School. I'm going to let her share a little bit about that and then get started with her presentation. In just 1 second, I just need to tell you a couple of housekeeping things. We do have an attendance form that that I'll put in the chat, kind of in the middle and then again towards the end, so that you can fill that out and get credit. And also, if you have anything that you want to share or any questions that you have or anything like that, just feel free to put that in the chat, and then I'll be sharing those things with Janet and monitoring that for her. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. Janet, take it away.
All right. Well, I'm over at Shannon High School. I've been here for about 13 years, I believe, over here. Started out as a cafeteria monitor, went on to become a full-time sub and then an educational assistant, and finally grew up and got a bachelor's degree so I could be a full-time certified teacher. Have gone on since then and gotten my master's, and so now hold my principal certification as well. So I love technology. I teach here at Shannon. I teach content mastery, credit recovery, family and consumer sciences, parenting, nutrition and wellness, and anything else I'm told to teach. So there you go. Can we hear a little bit about each one of you, maybe? Paula, do you want to start?
So I'm Paula Guerrero. I'm the dyslexia and reading interventionist at Major Cheney Elementary, but I am currently in FMLA, so I'm not even supposed to be here, but I need my hours for my flex day in January.
Well, you're not physically here.
I'm not physically here, no. And I have a halo.
You do, yeah, you do. Okay. Donna, what do you got going on? Can you hear us, Donna? Maybe not. Okay, Jacqueline.
Muted.
She doesn't have her mute on. She's just going on and off. I'm not sure what's
Not
going on.
that great with technology.
Okay, so tell us about yourself, Jacqueline.
Well, I actually work in the same classroom as Donna. I'm at Haltom High School, and I work in the Access class.
Nice. How long have you
my third year there?
Nice. I don't know if we're... Hey, Donna, can you hear us?
Donna?
Maybe we can get her on the phone.
Well, she's on her phone because she only has her phone and she doesn't have a computer available to her.
Okay, so can you talk, Donna? She keeps disappearing. I'm not sure what she's doing. Okay, so stuck on the basics, it just struck me that so many of us have been struggling with all the different technology platforms and the different apps and things like that that have been thrown at us. So what are you using, Paula?
So because I'm working, I'm not working, but we've put the students on Lexia, but that's only for the ones that are dyslexic because we only have licenses for them. So right. I'm going in and assigning lessons and when I get the reports, but that's one of the things that I'm struggling with. I can't figure out how to put the Lexia link into Canvas so that the students know that that's what I want. You know what I mean? I'm almost having, well, I ended up having to send an email to their teachers and say because I have a sub, but then they pull my sub if somebody else needs a sub, you know, because intervention, I'm required to have a sub, but then they always pull my sub. So I have lesson plans. So, but when I don't have a sub there,
Right.
Then I've asked the teachers, I said, if the kids don't get pulled, then go ahead and do that. But then the problem that I also have is that's only for the dyslexia kids. They're the only ones with licenses for Lexia.
Right.
So I'm having trouble for the other students that are not dyslexic, trying to get Seesaw as a link so that they can get in there. So I basically created my first week's worth of lesson plans and then got stuck. So that's why I'm here.
Okay, what just happened to the screen? Okay, let's see.
She's sharing her screen, I think. Let me,
Yes.
Thumbs up. Awesome.
there we go.
Ah, there we
Okay,
go.
I fixed it back. Okay.
Okay, so I am not familiar with Lexia,
You would.
but I have been able to embed things into a Canvas course. So basically everything that I do that I embedded to the Canvas course, I save to my drive, or I get the external link and I copy that. I open up that program or that document or whatever it is that I'm using, and then I copy it out of the search bar, and then I go into, I have a Bitmoji classroom where I keep everything, and I can go ahead and share that so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Would that be okay? Yeah? Okay, let's see if I can do this. Okay, so let's see. Here's my Bitmoji classroom, and I have this embedded into my Canvas course. Okay. Are all of you familiar with Bitmoji? Yes, yes, no? Okay. The way I've got it set up, and I'll go to my course so you can see how the students see it. And we're waiting. There we go. When the students go to my nutrition course, the first thing that they see, my homepage, is going to be my Bitmoji. And I save my Bitmoji in my drive so that I can change whatever I want to change there. And I share the same Bitmoji with all of my courses so that all the information goes out to all my students at the same time. Like tonight, there's a virtual TCC financial aid meeting. Okay. So I put this on here and I put other senior stuff. And I also use it like to go to our district. Information was about the online versus the face-to-face. And it takes a minute to load. And this is how I save it. I take it off the district site, and then I put it into a document, and then it loads here. I go up to the top and I highlight the whole address, and then I go back to my Bitmoji and I embed it into my Bitmoji classroom, which is where this came from. I went ahead and created this. Oops, sorry. Get off of there. Just created this by going to the insert, the image, and uploaded it from the web so that I had something that was, you know, attractive, but it also told them what was going on there. So like this is the example that I have for the counseling and the character strong that we're doing. I also do things like, and I'll go back here so I can actually open it for you. I do fun things in there too, because I don't want the kids to not want to go to my Bitmoji. So I embedded things that they might be interested in seeing. And as this loads, that's me when I was 18 years old. Actually, I was 17 and joined the Marine Corps. So, you know, just some fun stuff to embed in there as well. So, but that's how I do it. I embed things, to answer your question, I embed things into my Bitmoji classroom. and then share that with all the kids. Okay. Let's see, stop share. Okay, what else? Paula, did that kind of give you an idea?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Justina, can you tell us about yourself?
Hello, everybody. I work at West Fairview Elementary. I'm in 4th grade after many years being a first grade teacher. So I have a
You got promoted.
I came in here. I don't know if
It's,
they can hear me or not.
it's different. I was looking for something for challenge, but I didn't know it was going to be this big of a challenge with COVID and all. So everything would have been okay if we wouldn't have had to do virtual learning. When you have to, it was like a freight train coming toward us. And for those of us that have left school for many years, being as savvy as the techies, it's hard. So I had to learn a lot. I did jump start in the summer just to get my feet wet with Canvas, because even though we did the Canvas courses, everything that you learn as far as applications and, new things, if you don't use them,
You lose them.
you forget. And there was so much to learn that I said, oh, I saw this, but I don't remember how she did it. So even though it was a good thing is that you can always go back if it's being recorded. But then, we didn't have time. So school started, and I teach social studies and science, and I'm still fighting with Canvas. Because
Okay, what arguments are you having with Canvas?
for example, the coordinators have done a marvelous job to give us a lot of content and organize it in a way that we just have to especially for me, that I'm new to this, put it into Canvas. The problem is sometimes when you don't know how to embed the links or applications, or when everything looks great on your end and the kids open it and it doesn't work.
Well, there is a button that you can go to student view.
Yes,
So that
I've seen it. The problem is, no, at the beginning it was, you want to make it pretty. You want to make it attractive. And then, all this was so heavy, and the kids with low internet connection, the things will not download for them. Oh, it was very, very stressful. And you have 15, 20 kids at home and trying to help everybody. So all of a sudden you became, you became technical support, a teacher, counselor, and, trying to do things that I didn't know how to do because I was new to it. So anyway,
Sure.
the long story short, I'm still stuck.
Good. We're going to fix that for you.
I love the title. I said, I need to go there. It's back at the basics.
We're going to fix that.
I've learned a lot, but I still don't feel confident because, and other teachers said, oh, I don't deal with Canvas. I just go straight to Pear Deck. So I said, I need to learn Pear Deck now so things will flow. And then the other one said, no. It's a lot easier with Seesaw. You don't have to worry. I said, oh, I have to learn how to put everything together in Seesaw again. So it's like, I said, no, I have to be able to do it the way I learned the first time.
Everybody likes a different flavor of ice cream.
Yep. So
Beth, can you tell us where you're at and a little about you?
Yes, I am the math interventionist at WT Francisco Elementary. And this is the start of my 27th year of teaching, but 14th year of doing this. And our host over there, she knows I'm probably about the least tech savvy person. And it frustrates me because I'm like, oh, I should know more about this. And like she was saying about Canvas, okay, I got all of that all set up, but right now I'm not using it. I'm doing live Zooms with my intervention children. I'm doing live Zooms with them. And so I'm not actually putting anything into Canvas, but I'm thinking the same thing. If I get to that point where I've got to start putting things in, I'm going to be calling somebody because like you or Andrea Gray or somebody, because I'm like, oh, like you said, if you don't use that stuff, all that stuff I learned and figured out how to do and created, got my page just right. And now I'm like, oh no. So, I mean, the live Zooms are going well.
Good.
But if we get to that point where I've got to push it through Canvas, then I'm not sure. I am going to attend, like there's a Seesaw, no, Andrea's coming for Seesaw, and seems like there was something else. But
There's a lot of good offerings this time
I'm
around.
trying to attend those things so that I can try to learn more and more. So that I can be a little tech savvy. I can Zoom, I can do that.
So yes, so it's a good thing that y'all are here.
Yes.
I mean,
But I'm kind of like she said when I saw Stuck in the Basins, I'm like, that's me. I feel like I'm a special ed child that needs lots of help.
Well, that's good. That's good. As far as Canvas goes, Canvas is a really good program, but play around in it. Don't be afraid. You can't break it.
I know I
Because
like the nice things that just like yours with all those cute little pieces now. Yeah. And I hear people talking about Bitmojis and all these cute little things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I do not know how to do that.
okay, so I
I
didn't.
stopped doing pretty because I
That's kind of like mine was.
yeah, I just stopped.
Yeah.
My issue is I don't see it as user friendly when you have to link, for example, the way that we had to do at the beginning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So when I want the kids to do it in that order with the calendar, it's the list of assignments that you have doesn't allow you to do it fast. Maybe I'm not following, the right way. The other thing is when you have, for example, I have 2 courses that I teach, science and social studies. It's all monochromatic. That doesn't allow you to color code the weeks or the units or the subjects. There's no way that you can distinguish. So I go social studies 1, week 1, week 2. So not even modules. I didn't even want to do modules because the kids get confused.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so part of that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but part of that is just in the way it's set up. So again, let me go back and I'll share my course, my nutrition course, so that I can show you how I've got it set up. When I go into my course, I've got my homepage, which is where my Bitmoji is housed. Okay. And the Bitmoji is sitting here, but it's actually in my drive. So let me see. So I go into my drive and that's where I make all my changes to my Bitmoji. I just go in here, whatever I change on this changes automatically in my course. Okay, does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, so then I go to assignments and it's slow. That's the biggest problem. I live in the black hole. There's a little thing above me with a blue light and they swear that's the Wi-Fi, but I live in a black hole. So it's thinking about it. There you go. So these are all my daily things. Okay. And I set it up by units. Okay. And then if you go into modules, it's the same thing, but it's organized different. And we wait. There we go. So this is what they have to go through, and I've got to move myself out of the picture here. There we go. And so I've set it up so that they have to complete all these items. They have to go through all of these things first before they can get to the unit. Okay. They have to complete each unit before they can get to the next one. So it makes it very linear for the students. It removes all that confusion. It basically pushes them to the next thing. So this drops down. Oops. And if I don't get click happy, you'll see it. There you go. And this is all their lessons, and this is everything that has to be done and submitted. Okay. So that's just unit 1. And that's when you go to the assignments, which is where it breaks it down for them. And we wait. You see that there's all due dates for each one. Okay. So if they follow the due dates and they just go straight down the line, they'll do exactly what they need to do and there's no confusion. So it depends on how you have it set up. If you set it up in a linear way like this, they can't get anywhere but where they should be. Does that make sense?
So Janet, I have a question. So your students, when they are in the Canvas course to get to these things, do they go click on modules, or how do they?
They just when they go in, and let's see, let me go back. Where's my student view? There it is. Oh. Come on. Trying to get it to home. Okay. All right. So when they go in, they go through and they see this. This is all my contact information. And then they click to continue. And that's all they have to do is just keep continuing. See the next button down here? So they just go to the next. And that's how they slowly get through it. Now, they can go directly to assignments. But again, they can't finish, they can't go on until they finish one unit, unit 1, and then unit 2, then unit 3. So keeping it so that you put the prerequisites on there, they can't go any further if they don't have them done in order. So that reduces all the confusion. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Beth, it looked like you were going to say something. Did you? You're muted.
And I'm muted, I know. And then I always have a hard time. Where'd that button go? I know I was just kind of following along with what you were saying, kind of agreeing. I think I'm probably talking to myself as I'm like, okay, yeah.
I do that a lot.
Yes.
And my students are sitting here while I do it, so it's okay. Okay, so, and again, you can link to a lot of different things outside of Canvas. But I have to give props to our academic dean is the one that hooked us up with our Bitmojis. She made it actually an assignment for all the teachers on campus. We had to do a Bitmoji. We did a collaborative one for our entire school, and then we had to create a Bitmoji, and we had to create a video before school started for all of our students. So it was a welcoming video, and we had to set up our Zoom link and embed it right into our Canvas course. So you can do the Canvas course, embed your Zoom link in there. I do it in such a way that I have my Chromebook sitting on my desktop and my Zoom is open all day. So I'm teaching synchronously and asynchronously and face-to-face all at the same time with my desktop open, and I'm working there. but then I have my Zoom open, and then I'm talking to my students that are also in the class, and they can participate in the Zoom through the same Canvas link.
Right. And originally, when I set up my Canvas on the front page, I had my Zoom link. My Zoom link was there, but we just decided it would be, and the teachers have put my Zoom link in on their Canvas. So it's just one less place that our kids have to go, because a lot of them aren't going there anyway. You know what I'm saying? So rather than have yet another Canvas, you got to, okay, you're in Miss So-and-so's Canvas. Now you got to go over here to Miss Primer's Canvas and do her thing. And then when you leave there, you got to go back to Mrs. Bowie's or Mrs. Ramone's or whatever. So Mrs. Lamone, our principal, said, you know what, let's just do a live Zoom during that time. And so the teachers put the links in their Canvas course, so the kids know to go there, the ones that decide to come. We have a few that don't, we can only do so much. I've emailed, I've called, I've texted, it's just.
Well, one of the things that if you can get the Canvas course and create a Bitmoji and put fun things in there, that's kind of the hook, because they'll go to see what you've done. I have, like here, this is the history of the spinner. Okay. If they click on that, everything in my Bitmoji is a link.
Okay.
So here's the information about the free lunches. Okay.
All right.
And then here is the link to the Shannon homepage. There's our required testing link that we have to have out there. All of the things for the seniors. The coronavirus update is up here. So this is something that not only the kids go to, but the parents can go to.
Right.
Okay.
It does.
So, but this is so much, if you have not created a Bitmoji class, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And you can put so much information together in one place that, it makes it user-friendly for whoever's visiting your course.
Okay. I'll need to look into that.
So, and it's, even up here, I've got the schedules for our classes. And I hate that my internet's running so slow. I am at school, by the way. But I have the schedule for the classes, the bell schedule, and then with the actual clock, I have, you see here. And then if you go back in, and this one is the actual quarters, how, and I won't click on that because that'll take forever too. But it's so that all the parents and all the kids, instead of when's graduation or when's the end of the quarter, or what time is fourth period, all of those answers are right here. So it's a one-stop shop. Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, and I also made sure that I copied this email or this address up here in the search bar and embedded that into an email to all the parents and all the students. And I don't send emails to students that I don't send to parents.
Right.
So I went in and I created a distribution list in Outlook, and it has, for that period, it has all the kids and all their parents' emails right off of Skyward, just copied it right off of Skyward and put it into my distribution list. And so I go in and I have to send something out to second period or whatever. I just click on second period in my distribution list, and I put it into the BCC so that not everybody gets everybody else's email. So for confidentiality, but then I just put out one email and there it goes.
Right.
So
we only email the parents. As far as here in the elementary school, we don't send the kids any kind of, or I don't. I've only emailed parents, texted, or called parent.
What about the kids that are at home? You don't email them?
I usually email their parent.
Oh.
I've never directly emailed the students.
They all have, they do all have email addresses.
I think they do, don't they? Yeah.
They do. They do all have an email address. It's just.
Do they check it? Do the kids usually check their email?
Yeah, they would have to learn that practice
Right.
to be able to do that. Yeah, that's something that is not done on a wide scale like it is in secondary.
Yeah, that's one thing. I think it's more for the upper grades. I mean, the high school especially. But
Right.
for our younger ones, we usually go through the parent.
But you can embed your Canvas course. You can embed your Bitmoji so that the parents get that information and can work with the students because they don't have a lot of information. And part of what I have is the information for the parents. And let's see. Oh, it's in modules. Just kidding. Gotta wait a minute. I made a mistake. You can do it. The biggest thing is patience. So, just here was meeting the instructor, the greeting. This is the video. This is the crazy video we had to make. But again, it gives the parents an opportunity and the kids, if they do access it, an opportunity to see what's going on in your classroom.
Mhm.
And this, I use the built-in, what is it called over here? Studio. I use Studio to make the video.
Oh,
Okay. And it's right there. There's all kinds of apps out there that you can use. I know some people are using Loom and some people are using other
what
things.
another teacher showed me how to do was to do a Loom video and then put, that in. But
Yeah,
So
but
Jan,
this,
you
yes.
are using Canvas Studio?
Yes, ma'am.
Is
Yes,
anyone
ma'am.
else in the group using Canvas Studio? You might want to show them that, Janet, because it's
Yeah.
good and it's easy.
it's right there.
Yeah, all you do is click on there
Where are we clicking?
and wait.
Where did you click, Janet?
Just on Studio down here. Boop. Right here.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it says no videos yet. And then you go, oh, record. And then it'll start recording. And I don't want to do that because this is actually an active, active course. But that's all you have to do is do that. And then just, you've got it ready to go because it's already built into the program.
So then do you take that and embed it into like a lesson or something? Like if you were going to do a video and then would you put that, or would you just send them to the studio to find that video?
Oh, no. You can embed it right in the lessons.
Okay.
That's like, okay, so over here is my greeting. I just put it in a module. Okay. And I did the greeting here and I'll show you because you can also use the screen. You can be a little person on the side and I'll show you how that looks. Because, I didn't want everybody to see like me. So, oops. Whoops. Sorry. What did I do? I paused it. I'm trying to move the pictures around. So that's what I did. Okay, there we go. And see, then you can go ahead and highlight things.
Oh.
And that's it. And it gives you the option to go ahead and embed it, and then you're done.
Okay,
It's
and I know
that
this is a
simple.
crazy question, but when you highlight like that little circle,
Mhm.
is that automatic? Like when you're talking about something and you go to that place, or where do you
You use your cursor and you just move around your screen.
Okay, and it puts that little circle on there.
Uh-huh.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha. Cool.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
real user friendly. I did this at home, and I do not like being videotaped. Um, and I don't like to be recorded on somebody's cell phone, or, I hate leaving messages, but it's all kind of hokey, but it was so easy. But go in and play with it. And that's the best way to learn, is to go in and just play with it.
Mm.
And I was sitting on my bed, and I'm trying to do this, and, feeling really hokey talking to myself, but it turned out, okay. But it was so easy, took like minutes.
Okay.
Of course, it took 3 tries before I got that hokey thing, but it was real easy to do.
Well,
Okay.
thanks. That's one more thing that I've actually learned, that I didn't realize was there. So that's good.
Oh, it's super nice. Okay, I wanted to show this because, let me get out of here. Let's see if I can get out of here. Oh, no, we don't want to do that again, honest. Okay, so let me close this. And I wanted to show you something that I learned because I was frustrated. Okay. I went in when we had to start our second quarter. I went in and I did the whole go to the course, and then copy the course. Have any of you had to copy a course yet? No? Okay. So when you go from, you create this great course, okay, and you don't want to recreate the wheel. So the next quarter, the next semester, the next year, whatever, okay, you want to use the same information because you sweated over this and you finally figured it out. So when you go in to dashboard, the district is nice enough to create these cells, these holding cells. And then you'll go in like, this is going to be my 3rd quarter or my 4th quarter. Okay. I've already gone in and created my course in there, but let's see, let me create, I'll put it in here. I'm going to throw it into my mentoring course just for fun. No, I'm not. I'm going to put it in my mentoring. No, I got to decide where I'm going to put it, and then I'll show you. I'll just put it in here. Let's see if there's anything in here. Come on. The circle of death. It's already in there. Okay. So if I had an empty course, which I thought I did, let me see if I can create an empty course. I'll create another. If it would hurry, that would be nice. Okay. Go down here. Let's see. Where's my, okay. We'll go to Sandbox. Okay. And so what I'm going to do, and here's the title and all that fun stuff. What I'm going to do is, can you tell me where it is that you can empty the course?
What do you mean empty?
Yeah, where you can remove everything from the course. I know
I've not done that before. So,
okay.
Let's
see.
I mean, on the right-hand side of the home, when you're on the home page, on that right-hand side menu, there's the Let's see.
Well, there's the
input and
import,
right. That's not getting.
and that's not it.
I think it's
Okay, well,
probably in settings.
sorry about that. It's an ongoing, yes, reset the course
There it
content.
is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna reset that just for the sake of clearing it out. Okay, so then once it does that, we'll go to import existing content. Okay, you've created this course, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Okay, you're going to go ahead and import existing content because you already have it. Okay, so you'll copy a Canvas course. So don't be afraid of this. It's so easy. It's going to say, find, give it a course name. So I'm going to do, okay, let's do 2021 Lifetime Nutrition. And then I'm going to copy all the content. I want to adjust the dates. So then my beginning date was October 19th. I'm going to change that to December because that's going to be our next. Let's see, we get out December. When do we come back? January. Look at my calendar. January 5th. Okay, so I'm going to change it to January 5th. By the way, this is a virtual background, in case you didn't figure that out. And then I'm going to do the ending date of, let's see, changed it from October. The ending date would be, I don't know, doesn't matter. Let's see. It's going to be March. We'll make it March 18th. Oh, this one's going to be March, sorry. Oh, that's 2017. That won't work. 2020. Okay.
You're going back
So,
in time.
huh?
I said you're going back in time to suit that.
I know, right? That was kind of scary. It'll be 2021, and we're going to do it for March. Okay. So it was January. Yeah. Okay. All right. So there's our dates. Now you get your dates in, and then you go ahead and import. Okay. And look at that. I picked the course I wanted to copy. Now it's running. And as soon as this runs, your work is, already brought over. So everything you've done is now set for the next quarter or the next semester. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And that's one of the reasons it's so good to be in Canvas. So you can do your videos, you can do your highlights, you can import your Bitmoji, you can house your Bitmoji in your drive so that it updates automatically when you change it in your drive. Okay, so it'll update in your courses. So if you have different sections and you're using the same Bitmoji, everything is updated at the same time. Okay. You can do all your quizzes, you can embed your Zoom, so everything's in one place. And just another couple of seconds and it should be finished. There we go. So now we'll go to okay, there it is. Okay, everything's in there. All right. The fun thing is, and this is the part that I didn't know until I got frustrated enough to figure it out. And we have a great technology person. We have Michael Hansen. And so I was like, why can't I get all of these dates straight? I have to update everything. So came in here and he said, oh, well, that's easy. He said, go in here and edit assignment dates. I was going in every single one and changing the due date. Okay. If you go in here and edit assignment dates and wait for it to happen. Wow.
But it says you got 0 selected.
I gotta select date range.
Excuse me, this module or this class is how long? 1 hour?
Yes. For what we're doing now? Yes. Okay, so there you go. It did need a date range. You go in here and they were all selected. You go in here and then you can change your due dates right here. And just go down the line. I'm going to change it to this day and wait. And then I'm going to go in here and change this one. You can also set it so that if you have kiddos that like to jump around, or you didn't set a prerequisite, then you can go ahead and just make it available just between this week, Monday and Friday of this week, so that they do that and then it's done. Okay. So just go in and play around. There's a lot of things that you can do. Just be very user friendly with the 3 dots. The 3 dots are going to be your friend on everything. If your internet works fast. But it gives you a whole list of things that you can do. You can change dates. You can come up here. If you decide that, okay, I want them to do the text questions after lesson 2, you just drag it up there.
True. Okay. I didn't know that it would move.
Yeah, you can just move things around.
I got a question for
Well,
you.
we were having technical difficulties as well, so.
Go ahead, Brett, Beth.
Go ahead.
You mentioned that as a virtual background.
That's how it
and
goes,
how do you do that? Because you can see behind me, it's kind of messy.
Okay,
My
so
book is like packed full of stuff, and I'm like, oh. So how?
another fun thing. Let me go ahead and stop sharing and I'll show you what I did. Okay, so if you go to the bottom on my screen, some screens are on top, but on the bottom left where it has your mute and your stop video. Okay, so if you go to that up arrow that's next to it,
Yes.
click on that.
It says choose virtual background. Wow.
Yep. So depending on your computer, you can choose a virtual background with or without a green screen. So let me do this and I'll show you that.
Now, once you do it, is it set for every time you Zoom, or do you have to do it every time? Do you have to set it?
If I set it up like this, every time it'll come up like this.
Okay.
This is the one that I like to have for my kiddos.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Because this way there's no excuse. Don't tell me you couldn't get a hold of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I feel like they need inspiration and I'm not going to be sitting at my computer,
Oh, cool.
So, and I also have a prison background. Again, you can be anywhere you want to be virtually.
Okay, I have seen a lot of this, like you said, and then I've seen it other, like people on TV and all that kind of stuff. So if I click on that, then those choices are going to come up. I can pick these virtual backgrounds, or I guess
there will be some basic ones. There
Okay.
will be some basic ones, but there's not going to be all of these. All you have to do is go to the internet, download a picture that you really like, or it could be a personal picture like the picture I have. This is actually my classroom.
Okay.
Okay. So you can download it to your desktop or to a file, and then you can upload it because it'll tell you that you can pick your virtual backgrounds. You can add a virtual background by going here. Can you see this?
I do. I see it. Yes.
Okay, so add an image and then you wait. Oh my gosh.
So Janet, I'm going to interrupt you for just a moment.
Go ahead.
First of all, it's 5 o'clock. Our time
my
has flown
goodness.
by. I know. But secondly, can you tell us what kind of device? Are you on your teacher desktop or are you on your?
I am actually on a Dell
Okay, so you're on a, okay.
PC. Yeah.
So it does, the question was asked about not having this option. It does depend on what device you're using.
For the
The
virtual
H-
background?
Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Well, I'm just going to check it. I mean, but that, I can do that, right? Click on that and it says choose. When I did that up arrow, it says choose virtual background. So if I click on that, I couldn't look around and or see what is available. I'm on my
Right.
desktop.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a few more options when you're on a PC or a Mac or on your desktop than you do
Yeah.
on your Chromebook. But
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's a lot of options available. But to complete that, if you download the picture, then you can just add it by doing that plus sign.
Okay.
And then you can switch back and forth as much as you want. The last one that you have open will be the one that opens up with your Zoom the next time.
Okay. Sounds awesome.
all right, before we go today, I do want to encourage you to complete the form for attendance. You should be getting, once you complete that and submit it, you should be getting a certificate that's going to come to your email. It may not be right away. Give it about 20 minutes or so, but if after 20 minutes or 30 minutes and you check it and it's not there, check your spam folder and see if it went there, because sometimes that happens. And if not, you can always reach out to me and I will send it to you, send you your certificate.
It's in the chat now.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, they have the link, the form link is in the chat. So go ahead and get that completed. And remember, we still have a couple of more days of this. So I encourage you to find some sessions that you're interested in and attend. But I really do want to thank you, Janet, for spending some time with us today. And those of you that attended, and Janet for sharing just some things that you're doing and what's great and working for you. I hope that y'all were able to get a little nugget of something that you might pick